Guys, all right, Christopher Walker here back again. I'm going to be talking about potatoes today, some of the health benefits of eating some good potatoes. So there are certain things in life that are activators, things that are going to bring you toward good health, and there are certain things that are going to be blockers, things that are going to take you away from good health. Now, a potato, if you get some good ones, they are an activator. And today in this video, I'm going to tell you why potatoes are so healthy for you, and why you should start to include more of them in your diet regularly, and even replacing other carbohydrates with good potatoes or other good tubers, especially if they're carbohydrates that are considered blockers, carbohydrate sources that are considered blockers, things that I've talked about here on this channel that are high in mineral chelators and that sort of thing. So stay tuned. This is going to be a good video. All right, so I'm stoked to talk about potatoes because potatoes are pretty much one of my favorite foods, and I've got today some very good reasons why you should make them your favorite foods too, because potatoes are pretty awesome. So the first reason is the vitamin and mineral content in the potatoes. Now, at first glance, they might seem like some dull, lifeless root that doesn't contain much of anything, but you'd be very mistaken if you thought that, because they are packed full of very, very vital vitamins and minerals that are necessary for human life. Potatoes are full of a lot of different B vitamins, vitamin C, iron, magnesium, zinc, copper, sulfur, potassium, and it basically makes it a powerhouse for human health. It's even been shown to outrank onions and carrots in terms of other tubers that in the weight of its antioxidant capacity, which a lot of people don't know that. Potatoes have even been shown in studies to be able to reduce inflammation and help with cardiovascular health, most likely because of the high amounts of the antioxidants that they contain. So reason number 2 is the starch. So this isn't something that a lot of people consider to be healthy, but actually starch is extremely healthy. Starch is a carbohydrate that's found in a lot of plants, and it's broken down into the main fuel source that our bodies use called glucose. So potatoes are really high in a specific kind of starch called a resistant starch. The reason it's called resistant starch is because it isn't broken down in the gut, but it makes its way into the microbiota and is actually a good form of prebiotics that feed the bacteria in your microbiome. Resistant starch has been shown to help with improved insulin sensitivity, digestion issues, risk of colon cancer, help with absorption of minerals, and increases butyrate in the microbiome. So it helps with all that stuff. Potatoes regularly have a good amount of resistant starch in them, and an easy way to allow them to have even more is by cooking them and just letting them cool down. Now, you don't have to eat cold potatoes, because even when you heat them back up, the resistant starch remains and you can still get all the beneficial effects. Now, reason number 3 is the satiety involved with potatoes. I mean, a lot of people don't really think about the satiety effect of their food, but in terms of if you're trying to drop weight, drop body fat, a potato can be an extremely useful tool, and I've been consuming tons of them. I eat them every single day, and I've lost in about a year and a half now about over 40 pounds easily, and I'm very, very strong. I've maintained my strength through the whole thing. So carbs don't make you fat, people. Stop believing that. Potatoes, above all other carbohydrates, are actually really satisfying when it comes to overall satiety. And what I mean by this is basically you stay full for longer and you have less hunger after consuming potatoes than other carbohydrate sources. I've obviously found this true on a personal level. I've tried that classic chicken, rice, bodybuilding diet, and basically you find yourself starving after about an hour of eating it, even though your calories are on point. So once you start eating the potatoes instead of other things that you might replace in terms of carbohydrate sources, you actually find that you're a lot fuller longer. So, you can include potatoes in all sorts of different dishes too. You don't have to just eat them the same way every single time. And this can also include things like sweet potatoes, yams, that sort of stuff as well. And squash, I would even lump into a similar category. So quality does matter when you're dealing with potatoes, just like anything else. You want to get the organic stuff because they're grown underground and they're very susceptible to absorbing pesticides, insecticides, and other chemicals from the soil that they're grown in. So you want to make sure that the potatoes are from a good source. They're organic potatoes, because then they're not going to use any of this nasty stuff on the crops. So And typically these farms that grow organic produce are fully organic. They don't use this stuff on other crops in the field. So I know a lot of people are following the thermo diet here on this channel from thermodiet.com, whether you're a liver body type or a thyroid body type or a pituitary body type. So I wanted to make sure that I have a good thermo tip about potatoes, because potatoes are a key part of the thermo diet. So when you cook your potatoes, you can cook them in, multitude of different things. You don't have to cook them in any sort of oils or butter. But if you do want to cook them in butter, use the grass-fed butter, use organic coconut oil. You can use also sprinkle some avocado oil on them. I found that one really good way to cook potatoes when I was in Greece, it was probably the best potatoes I've ever had in my life, was the Greeks, they basically bake the potatoes in a drizzle of some lemon and olive oil and oregano, and it just tastes incredible. So they slow cook it, and it just tastes great. So I recommend that sort of thing. You put some sea salt on top. You can broil them to crisp them up, and basically have yourself a thermo-friendly, delicious, insulin sensitizing, digestion helping, and super satisfying potato. All right, hopefully you enjoyed the video, learned something good from it. If you want to check out more about the thermo diet, go over to thermodiet.com. I made a quiz over there that it's a tool that's going to help you identify. Most people fall into the camps of 3 different types of body parts that are, or organs that are underperforming, and that's the liver, the pituitary, and the thyroid gland. So this quiz, this tool is used to help you identify which body type you are, which of these that you need help with, and then I have a plan that's a good 30-day jumpstart, basically, to help you to eat and do things that are going to help you to heal that specific organ, so you can get back on the track to a good health. So go over there, thermodiet.com, and I'll see you over there.